How y'all doing? It's Coach D and it's Code 31. We back, baby. We've been gone for a month, but this is my welcome back show. And I have a very special guest, but before I introduce him, I want to say shout out to my sponsor for tonight's show, #1 draft pick. You know, I appreciate them. And thank you to everybody that is tuning in to Code 31 Media TV podcast. If you on here with me on TikTok, thank you, but go live on S.STREET Media on YouTube. That is where we are streaming live. Now, I would love to introduce y'all to my guest. Introduce yourself, young man.
Peace and blessings, boys and girls, nephews and nieces, kings and queens, all the party people, universal. It's the celebrity hip-hop chef DR in the building.
So let's take it back to the beginning. When you were a young boy, did you have visions of doing what you are doing today?
No way.
No way?
Wasn't cooking as a young boy. Young boy growing up in Harlem, it was different things going on. Childhood, definitely enjoyed myself. I come from a good background. Being from Harlem, you know, you see different things. Like I said, it's like actually the capital of New York. You know, those that don't believe that, but as a kid, you know, I came up in Catholic school like any normal kid, and you know, just a child running around with his parents and siblings, and you know, just enjoying life until I got older. And that's an older thing in life. As I became a young teenager, is when I started translating to the food. But as a young kid coming up from Harlem, I was just playing in the Johnny Pump and Skittles.
So
and, you know what I mean, like
when
anybody
you became
else.
a teenager, at what age did you say, this is the path that I want to be an entrepreneur?
Still wasn't there yet.
Nope, not yet.
I'm in the street, darling. I'm from Harlem. Like I said, the original Code 212. So it was different elements of Harlem and things that you saw and was doing that didn't consist of a little bit of schooling, but getting to $1. That's with the blueprint from where I'm from. And the food thing just became later on. As I became young, it just so happened that my people that I'm related to were part of a hospital, and that was Bronx Lebanon Hospital. So my parents, my uncles and aunts, and some of the family friends all worked there. And that just happened to be one of the first jobs that I could say I had for a check, dietary in Bronx Lebanon Hospital. And that's a kid. Step away from that years later, run around, do different things. I always learned to cook, but transitioning through different, you know, just different hustles, and I've always connected food with my money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when I'm around my friends and family, especially ladies, you know, as young, you know, you want to cook for everybody.
Yes.
And that's where the passion came from. I don't like to do it.
So at what age did we figure out that food was the path that we were going to go?
22, 23.
22, 23?
Yeah, the way
and
it's
then
like
when did you
solidified.
know that you were becoming hip-hop chef, the celebrity chef? When did you know you had
Hip-hop
that
chef
vision?
is in the late 20s.
Okay.
I'm Daddy Rich. I'm DR before it all. And when I was young, like I'd say on different those that don't know me, you know, I watched a movie called Car Wash.
Yes.
As a young man, and when I saw it, you know, I was overwhelmed with what I saw. You know, homie got it going on. And everybody know if you watch it, dude, just watch it so you know exactly what I'm talking about. All the elements that he had, and that's what I was looking for from the church on down.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to be, Daddy Rich, and I wanted to get to my own dollar. So I never really had the big homie look over me, but I've always been protected by those that's in the same lane as me.
And you said Car Wash is one of your favorite movies that you watched over
That's
and
where
over
I became
again.
Daddy Rich.
My neighbor was Mr. Arthur French II, and he just passed away a couple of months ago. But I used to always brag, like, yo, that's my neighbor. He played in Car Wash and the McDonald's commercials. And he would always give me advice, you know, because I'm a, you know, a budding actress myself. So he would say, no, go for it. You do, you know? So that was crazy that when I was watching an interview and you was like, Car Wash was one of your favorite movies. That's one of my favorite movies as well. So from transitioning from the street to being legit, and you said you also have clothing lines and you open stores and stuff
goodness.
like that.
Like you,
like we need to
listen. You right now, you naming 6 different elements of me.
Because this is a new audience, so they need to know every aspect.
So give me a little bit and I can walk you back, because just now there's a story to tell for every single thing you said.
Okay, so
now walk me through what you're asking me on this interview.
So the very first thing that you did that was legit was?
The first thing I ever did legit, what could that have been? It had to be event promotion.
Okay.
That running around doing what we're doing like anybody else normal.
Okay.
Probably event promotion because we were young in Harlem, giving events. Me and my partner Lati.
Okay.
So if you want to say something legitimate that we say, you put your money on and get back to it where you're not on the street corner, I can say the event promotion. That might have been something.
Okay. And like what events were you doing back then?
Quite a bit, just connected with other artists, but like me and my man held it down, just me and him solo for years, and we give after party for Grant's Tomb.
Okay.
So if you're around the way from Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, anywhere you're from, you usually come uptown for the Jazz Festival, is what most call it. BLS connected to it back in the days, but it was Grant's Tomb. Okay. And we give the after events. We young cats, but we would give the mature little crowd a little bit back then, the after party.
Okay, and then after the after party, when did you develop your clothing line?
When I say clothing line, over the years I've been printing Daddy Rich. I've been printing my own hip hop chef. I'm one of them cats that doesn't necessarily need no judgment. The name brand $1 million. I kind of can stand on my own, and because I'm so honorable, and I've been doing this a long time.
And you make your own stuff?
Every now and then, dip and dab into it. Okay. But when it comes to clothing lines, I'm connected to the Gorilla Wolf. I'm connected to Snob. I'm connected to the Harlem Takeover, which is Queens, Bronx, Queens Takeover.
Speaking of Snob.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you slide today because you bought me some food. Remember when I met you at 105?
We gonna get to the Snob. Right now, we just did the commercial. My brother King James, he just launched his commercial, soundtrack by Mike Boogie, full production. When you see it, you'll be surprised, and you'll also be surprised who actually did the production for the commercial. I'm gonna keep that low for now.
Yeah, no, but you said the next time you saw me, you was gonna bring me some Snob.
But listen, we don't put nobody to the test. Chef bought you.
You bought me the food. That's why I said
we gonna get to the Snob. We get to it. Like I said,
we gonna collab on something. Tell me about. You said that you were the celebrity chef for Summer Jam this year. How was that?
Well, not celebrity chef for Summer Jam. Let me walk you through it. Everybody walks up every day, and they could be a DJ. I put in pain, as you see what you read. I'm not your YouTube. I'm not your Instagram. No disrespect to nobody, sweetie, but this is a different lane. Yes. And not because you connect or cook for or chef for somebody with a name brand makes you celebrity any day. Right. The reason why I speak on that, through my career, I've done 100 later. I've also cooked at the Fortune 500s, where this is not a restaurant that you're connected to that you go sit down to. Yes. Whole different ball game. Yes. So when they say they do what I do, no ma'am. We all connection. I'm the plug. I'm gonna make sure everybody's okay.
Your blueprint up here.
The blueprint is right here on the table. He'll pass it to you. It's right there by the computer.
Oh, let me get
and it's just the whole idea of, like I say, celebrity chef cook with Summer Jam. I'm grateful. Yes. And this is through my sister Cha Cha, my brother M Easy. Yes. The Power 105 crew. Everybody gonna make sure the hip hop chef DR is all right.
Yeah, shout out to M Easy. Because that's how we met at Power 105.1. He was being interviewed by M Easy, and I was there to interview M Easy. And that day you had a stuffed, what was that?
Seafood stuffed sweet potato.
Stuffed sweet potato.
What I just gave you half of.
Which had the lobster, the shrimp, the crab meat, the corn, the salmon. It was amazing. Right. I still remember the taste from that. And then he just bought this smorgasbord today.
Cornbread and all that. We get it good every time.
And he also tells me that it's all healthy because I told him I'm diabetic. He also told me the story of him being diabetic and how that made you change the way that you cooked as well, right?
Right. From the weight loss, from the pains and the things that I've been through, my personal issues is why I choose to. I'm not for everybody either. I don't have to be the best to nobody. I'm not perfect. But I put in pain in the kitchen, no matter where I land. And the reason why I eat healthy is because the way I have to put it in my system. Yes. Everybody's not perfect, like I say, but if I have to add or subtract anything, I'm able to do it and make it taste just like you would never know.
And you said you worked at the World Trade Center. How was that?
World Trade Center, Goldman Sachs, whether it was from an agency, direct contact, or the actual chef, World Stock Exchange, NBA, NFL. I can keep going, sister.
I was saying the World Trade because the history of the World Trade Center.
The World Trade is a building. The company that I worked with in the World Trade was called Moody's. So it's just World Trade is a center, but the company is bigger than that I work with. Was called Moody's. Another building that I work with was called Spotify. Everybody know what Spotify is.
Yes.
That's inside the World Trade.
And so
all these buildings, the windows of the world, all these are inside the World Trade. So it's about working there, not necessarily the World Trade Center.
No, but I'm saying with the history of the World Trade Center, was that like on your mind, or you just?
Absolutely, because obviously it was before and after 9/11.
Yes.
To even experience that, but mentally you move on because if you dwell on anything opposite of life, I'm dwelling on death.
Right.
Can't do it.
Right. Now you said you worked with the NBA. Like who did you
the NBA, this is not players.
The corporate.
When I say corporate, these are the Fortune 500 companies.
Got you.
The people who pay the NBA players.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
You look at me in the face. These are the people who pay the NBA players.
Right.
I ain't go to his house and do it in his kitchen. It's in a whole nother level, sweetheart.
But I'm saying, like, when you did it for corporate, like, did you do
enjoy
it
yourself,
like
because you in there for the
Madison
professionals.
Square Garden
Obviously,
and
the
all
food
that?
goes down to. I've done Madison Square Garden. I've done Citi Field.
Nice.
I've done the Mets, the Yankees.
Nice.
I've done Belmont Stakes with the horse racing. It's all life.
So what else is there left for a chef to conquer?
Keep going. Learn something every day. Remain loved one. Honorable, respect, accountability, trust, love. Over money.
And if somebody wanted to do, I know they can't do it exactly like you, but if they wanted to follow in your
We got some cookbooks and we got some classes coming.
Okay.
Because for a long time coming, I've been keeping it to myself. This is why I mastered what I do.
Okay.
But we're going to give it back to the generation that deserves it.
Okay. And what would be a positive or a negative in being a chef?
Sweat, blood, sweat, and tears. It's not for everybody. I've seen some of the toughest and roughest ones, some of the nicest people walk away. It all depends on what kind of chef you are. There's 100 different titles. Some things are tedious, some things are in bulk, some things are worth doing, some things that just can get on your nerves. All depends on what tolerance you have and professionalism. You know, they say chefs are the most buttheads in the world if you want to, watch the language, but a lot of times you're that serious and you mean well and everything is seconds ago. You know, this is supposed to be done in 5 minutes. I really need it in 4.5. You're supposed to know that. I should have had to tell you,
Yes.
It's the wingman. Everything counts. And there's no head down. There's no rebuttal. There's no back and forth.
Yes.
It's none of it.
So you've been on Power 105. You cooked at Summer Jam. You cooked for all these big execs. Like, what do you have coming up next?
I'm the street corner dude. My testimony is from the street corner to corporate. I have a double album. 16 hip-hop records, 13 R&B records that I wrote and penned by myself. That's on God. I am the hip-hop chef. The world will see what I'm doing right here.
And it's the 50-year anniversary of hip-hop, so
and I can give it to you first and foremost on your show. Everybody should know by now. The 50th anniversary of hip-hop in the Queens Library.
Yes.
Hosted by Video Music Box Uncle Ralph, hip-hop chef Dion on deck, the 3rd and the 4th of next month.
Okay.
We rocking and rolling.
I'm going to have to pull up because I'm from Southside. So matter of fact, it's crazy because I was there with Chuck D. He had Chuck D there, and he had Wonder Mike? Yes, he had Wonder Mike there. So I go to his different events, and I think a lot more people need to come out. You know what I mean? It's not really filled up for those kind of free events with all these legends, and especially for Ralph McDaniels. You know, he actually sat me down at the Queens Library 5 years ago and told me to create my own platform, create my own lane. So. And then, listen, Friday is the 5th anniversary of me being Code 31 Media, so I never thought I'd be here 5 years, So it's a blessing. So what else would you want to tell our audience about? I mean, like, tell them, like, you said you was in jail, you went to jail for certain stuff.
Let's not even
you don't want to go to
anything on the negative side.
Okay, no negative.
Meaning that anybody that did a day, we understand what that is. Everybody who may do an interview or not, my life is full. I can talk to you for 24 hours on here, on YouTube, and have something to tell you. I don't need to waste a few seconds on that.
Okay, so we won't talk about the negativity, but when you came out, what was the first thing on your mind to say, I'm going on a positive path?
It wasn't that path to come out and change. I've always been home.
You've always been the same no matter what you've been through.
I'm grounded. This is a different path. I'm the most honorable. I call this the face of God, sister. You sitting here with something different. It's a different energy. This is kinetic.
Right.
I don't give you what everybody gave you. This ain't
Right.
the magazine on me.
Right.
I stand on this.
Right.
I'm a community activist, sister. I got 20
Right.
years pulling my car over, feeding you, giving you shoes. I
Nice.
joined some brothers and sisters in a movement. Every year we show up. You could be a rapper or actor. You pulling up to our event to
Right.
where we giving it back. This ain't no truck, no
Right.
school, no church, no precinct.
Right.
Do what I do. This ain't Al Sharpton's office.
Right.
It's the Hip Hop Chef DR, baby. I play it for real.
That's what's
You
up.
understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Live on camera. This is speaking from the heart.
Right.
So, like, you know, certain things asked of me, I'm going to give you gospel.
Right.
Everything in scriptures. I ain't.
And
into
what
it.
makes you you? What makes you DR?
To ask me that, how could I answer that? What would make me me?
Because
this.
everybody tries to be somebody else.
Now listen to
But
what you said.
You want to be you, and I want to be me.
I give you
what
this.
makes you you?
The TRY you just said. I could talk to you for 2 hours about that. I ain't never tried to be nobody.
Exactly.
I'm going to be what it is. And if you know me, I am what it is. That's a fact.
And that's all I try to tell people.
Maybe, or people start with that. In an average conversation, somebody might say to you everything that they don't want before they say what they want. Think about it. Nobody's in the way of that. That's your own mindset to think.
Right.
I maybe can. Or if. I don't speak that into existence.
Right.
I ask for what I want and I get.
That's it. You manifest everything that you want.
I ain't trying to be nobody. I co-signed the Hip Hop Chef. You heard of one?
Yeah. No, you the one.
Come on, man. Okay.
You the one.
Let's go.
So, what do you have coming up next besides the library?
Oh, we're going to
On
get
the
back
3rd
to
and the
the
4th.
community event. We're going to be putting that together with some righteousness. For those that can see on camera here,
Yes.
these are my newest blend cigars, 50-inch ring gauge, cream filling, independent, 6.5 years later, stand on honor. I'm going to re-release the R&B album before the hip-hop comes out because I want the world to hear the pen of the chef.
Okay.
I can't sing a lick, but I write it.
Okay.
It takes offices at labels to write the music that DR got created.
Nice.
I ain't talking about because it's me sitting here.
Right.
Priceless.
So have you written for any artist that's out?
Unnecessary. I
Okay.
do this for me, and if
Just for
somebody
you.
want to love it, I've never put it out, I just told you.
Okay.
I've never put my music to the universe. A couple
Until
of
now.
people that know me have got it hand in hand.
Okay.
I did the testimony of time to see if I'm a still hustler.
Okay.
Instead of putting it online, going to buy it, don't know me, didn't listen to it, I did the hand-in-hand thing.
Okay.
I think I pressed up 500 4 times, CDs, $10 a pop,
Okay.
like I do my sticks.
Okay. And
To
how much?
see if
How
I'm
much
still
do the cigars?
$10 a pop.
Okay.
The purpose of it, people don't get support. Did you hear what I just said? For you right now, anybody in this room, to go press up anything and have to hand it to somebody for them to buy it for you, how successful will you be? You got a hat line. You know how many people buy it for you. We ain't talking about no stranger online. Test yourself. See if people really rock with you. That's a testimony. Not
Definitely.
everybody's willing to do that because it shows you who don't deal with you.
Yeah. Shout out to Shampoo from YMBS. He does the street team for everything. So he goes old school and he goes hand in hand. And
I just watch Pooh while I'm in the kitchen chefing when he's doing his live with the music.
Right.
Conan, his son, I
Yes.
co-signed him.
Yes.
He's part of the Hip Hop Culture Center that I did with the Rapathon.
Nice. See, it's a small world.
Pooh is homies, man. Drink Change.
Yes.
Def Jam Street Team.
Yes.
I don't know who Pooh is.
Yeah.
I'm the Hip Hop Chef.
Right.
If I don't know you, I ain't gonna speak on you.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just glad that you gave me an opportunity to come on my platform
Absolutely.
because
And
when
I
I
told you
seen
before
you
I came,
at
you don't do a
Power,
lot. I don't give nobody
Right.
my story. My stories are necessary.
Right.
Everybody talk tough. I just came home. That's the epitome of your interview. Came home from what? Legend Weird. Okay, it's different here, baby. Let's be clear.
So with your community stuff, like where does that come from?
That's in my heart.
Okay.
Not a billionaire, but I give it back 1 billion times. Pay it forward, I stand on. If you do something for me, I'm going to do more for you than you can ever do for me. Any interview I sit down, I'm going to let you know. Because you can walk away from me all day. What can you say about me? You can lie about it. I did more for you than you ever could do for me.
And how do you handle those situations?
You just handle them. I'm not emotional. I can remove you and move on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I need to have that thick skin.
It's unnecessary. If we ain't going to do nothing to each other, what we talking about?
Right.
The only tough guy on the face of this planet, from the police to the tough guy with the mask, right, is the pistol. Mm-hmm. Take that away, it's no longer nobody. You won't be arrested, no longer a gang. Chef DR said that.
That's it.
Take the pistol away.
So what made you want to create the cigars?
I got down with some brothers from the Hip Hop Cultural Center. They were in the game. Shout out to Mexi Ray, the Touch of Class group. And shout out to JD Papa Hot from the Boogie Boys. This is what they did. They brought nephew in, they brought me in. We started smoking sticks, traveling. We came up with a group, we created an album. It didn't work out through the music. I just happened to keep my craft going. Shout out to my boys.
And what continues to inspire you to keep going after everything?
Positivity. Anybody can come around me, know that if you say something that I'm really not into, either I remove myself or I'm gonna coach you on it. I'm gonna give it back to you in a better manner, I live by it. Young or old. I ain't gotta stop in the corner and, mess with somebody that I don't know, but if you know me for real, if you give me something negative, I'm more likely gonna respond with something positive.
So August 3rd and August 4th, you're going to be at the Queens Public Library.
Queens Public Library. If you go on my page, you go on Video Mark's page, if you go on Kev Lawrence's page, the actual flyers there. I will be catering for the 3rd and the 4th, which is super dope. And excited about it all, just to be part of. I am a student of hip-hop. Nobody can love it. I'm the cat that sit in the concert and rap every word if I know it. I'm that passionate about this.
And with your cooking, like, how do you come up with your concepts for, like?
Creation. I'm into creating just like a blank beat or a blank page. From poetry to
like, how do you
words.
come up with a stuffed sweet potato with all those ingredients?
I may not be the first person in the world that did it, but the way that I do it, I put my twist. Mm-hmm. And my twist is my flavors. Everything's always cooked separate. And I never really show you what I put. Mm-hmm. Because if I gave you cooking lessons on exactly what I do, you won't call me no more.
That's right. You don't give them the whole blueprint, right. But even so, like me, I'll tell people how I do the magazine and stuff, but you still got to have my mindset.
Even when you do the magazine, every company, no matter how big or small they are, you give the person a blueprint. But there's always going to be a touch of something
that you ain't give them. Right.
Why would you? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Nobody gives you their lotto numbers. Nobody gives you the number to their safe. Mm-hmm. Okay. It all means the same.
And you was telling me or telling us at Power 105 about when you had diabetes. Can you tell that story?
Well, diabetes in my life is not past tense. Uh-huh. You said had, as if I don't have it anymore. It still exists. Okay. And I fight through it. I have my good and bad days, sister. I'm not going.
Yeah, because I have diabetes. So, like, what advice?
I don't have good and bad days, and I go through it maybe a little worse than others. Mm-hmm. So I keep my blessing going. So that's why I go so hard. Because when I'm down, I'm down. I have it that way. Mm-hmm. In a good way, I strive through because I can know what I'm putting in my system. I got some good doctors connected to my family. Everybody make sure to check on me and take me if I gotta go, if I start looking crazy. Right. But
yeah, because I've had my bad days as well, where it was like
majority of people. It all depends on how you how you cope.
So
that's how you do.
Yeah, it's just I cut out the sodas and all that stuff, mm-hmm. and I try to drink stuff that has no sugar and stuff in it. But like, what?
It's the element. It's the real element. I say of what you put in your body because majority of places you shop not by force but by nature. You're not getting anything out of it that you think you're getting anyway. Mm-hmm. So there's no real picking and choosing. Whatever aisle you go in, you think you're grabbing, They got vegan food out here that's worse than anything, mm-hmm. impossible food that's worse than anything natural. People eat chicken and say to stay away from pork. Nothing to do with religion. Why would you? Know your research. It's in your hand. This $1 billion phone that you have in your hand. Stop picking up things, buying it, mm-hmm. purchasing it. Pull it up on your phone. Anything that you have in your hand, pull it up on your phone. You're going to put it back down. Right. If you care. Mm-hmm. because it's normal to you, and you know mentally, you know, there's nothing else you can do. You're gonna purchase it. You know, you're gonna go upstairs with the watermelon with no seeds. You know,
right.
You're gonna go upstairs with the cucumber that's gonna sit there for 6 months. You know, the bread that ain't gonna spoil. You know, you're gonna buy that. You're gonna buy the fruits that's not the number one that told you don't buy it.
Right.
So, sister, believe you me. You know, no disrespect to the food gamers. While I'm the hip hop chef, I give you organic and I give you genuine, and it's real food from a butcher. Not everybody's going to get that for you.
And how can they reach out to you in order to?
I mean, Instagram, Facebook. You know, I'm not you go TikTok sometimes. I'm not the Twitter dude. You know, just certain things that my people are working on behind the scenes for me to grow my craft. But I'm reachable. Hip Hop Chef DR on all platforms. Hip Hop Chef DR, no spaces.
Now, you say you bringing the music out. Are you going to perform at different events for your music
see how
as
it
well?
Play out, because I never did it for the likes of being that type of artist. I love music, like I said. I can sit still. A person who owns a piano can come home, drink a glass of wine, and play every night. Is he trying to be Drake? Is he trying to be Calypso? No. But just to enjoy it is why I do it. For those that's tuned into me already know what DR do. You know what I mean? Chef don't play with it. I'm cool with it. But am I trying to get it, you know, to where it is? You never know. That's if it's in the cards. You know, I'm an old man now. I ain't trying to come out with, you know, I just watch my peers.
You're
love
not
my
old
brothers.
Man.
Compared to, you know, I'm true school. I'm true school. I'm true age. There's no way to remove it.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm 52 years old, so.
Sister, we up there together. That's called true school. You can't act like you 30, and that's the difference.
Oh yeah,
in the
no,
older
I
folk
never. I'm
and the way of the
grateful
younger
to God to be my age.
You know, so music is all judgmental.
Yeah.
I stay in my lane. I love what I love, and I embrace some of the quotes. If I don't want to hear it, I can remove it and turn it down. But I love everything that's going on.
Do we have any documentaries out, or do we have any documentaries in the works?
I got quite a bit of interviews and footage, but the Hip Hop Chef DR documentary Life Story is coming.
Okay.
This is a 7-year film, so who knows how it's going to end up, whether it's a series, whether it's going to be a couple of cookbooks, plus 2 novels.
We're going to have to get you on the Tribeca Movie Festival.
And I am no day off DR. I stand on that. I got to have something going on to shake. You know, that's just my mindset. You know, my disorder. I got to have something going on.
You sound like DMX too. Does anybody ever tell you that?
Nah, I ain't know. Yeah. So I salute the God X. I salute the God X, but I'm Chef DR, man.
Yeah, I know who you are, but you got that. You got that dog.
Yeah, I rock with X. I mean,
you got that dog.
I rock with it, whatever it sounds like. I mean, I rock with the dog, man.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I've asked you all the questions that I want to ask because I'm looking forward to being around you doing your community work and everything that you do and get the behind the scenes. And I want y'all to also know that he is in issue number 4 of Code 31 Media Magazine, guys. And it's out now on madcloud.com, so y'all can go purchase that. I ordered like 10 copies, so I would definitely get you a copy of the magazine.
Okay, beautiful.
And like I said, I thank you for being here today. Because I know you
don't
really do that for everybody, so I feel privileged and honored.
Code 31,
to have
I can see this as a conglomerate that I can say in my testimony, because I'm still getting started, to where we meet at that red carpet. You remember? That's who DR is. I ain't to walk by you, got more than you, don't know you. I ain't squinting my eyes because I don't act like I forgot you. I ain't none of that. So as you grow, I grow, and we win together.
And that's a good look because people do forget.
Now, people do not forget. What I want you to do, we're going to speak in honor of exactly what it is instead of what it should be. Nobody forgets. The point is, nobody wants to go back that far. Not too many people in life, especially an artist. If you can know their beginning or expose anything before the fame, it's not a comfortability. If you think about it, nobody forgets you. When somebody's squinting at you, you've been around them 100 times. How you don't know me? Now in your mind, they making you say, "Oh, damn, the person forgot me." They ain't forget you. You can tell before it was $5 involved. They can't do it. So if you see artists that tell their real story and sit down and give you their beginning, that's a different type of person. They don't care about the money, the materials. You know what I mean? I can't mention, like, I was buying an ounce of weed before I was buying a nickel bush. Well, you fooling. Everybody, we used to take 3 dudes on the nickel bush back in the days. There ain't no pride in that, but some people can't go that far. So we're going to speak it from the heart.
You are very deep. You're a very deep young man, and I just wish that I could just soak in the energy that you have when it comes to avoiding negativity or not even letting it entertain your mind.
Absolutely.
I need
My partner
that.
tell you all day long, I'm not going to give it to you no different. It's unnecessary. The people remove themselves. Seconds ago, they gone. You holding that in, you talking about it. It's wearing on you. Oh, how and why, for what? The next second blessing, that money, that phone call, that text message may not receive. Somebody else get that vibration. You didn't even know it was coming your way. I need it all.
You're so invested in the negativity that you miss out on your blessings.
The
that's
world
right
lives
there.
by it. There's no such thing as hate. There's no such thing in the world as hate. It's what you care about. I don't like your shirt you got on. If you care about it, it's going to wear on you. If you don't care, your day go by and you never heard about it. It's only how you receive it. Hate means nothing to nobody. It's what you care about, they said. So now in this world, you lose celebrity. Celebrity means I got enough money, no patience. I don't even pay attention to all the foolishness that's said. Everybody sees it, right? There's no way to ignore it. Mm-hmm. But because I'm a celebrity, I ain't supposed to pay attention to it, or I ain't supposed to wear it. Now, if you're normal, not on that level, you mad about it, you holding it in, you talking about it, you ready to hurt somebody. For what?
I need to hear that today, because I do get my moments where I get fed up with
you don't win. The other person wins every time.
Lord.
There's no winning that.
Right.
I'm here to win. I don't see nothing different.
I like that. I'm here to win too, guys. I'm here to win too. So, Chef, again, let them know where they can reach you on social media. Coming up, you said August 3rd and 4th, he will be at the Queens Public Library. Just go to his page, Hip Hop Chef DR.
You want to get something catered, yes. Whatever level, I get busy, $600-700 dolo, or you can get something for 50 people, or if you're smooth enough, I might could do something for you special. But yeah, just reach out if you want the best of beloved, the face of God, the circle of trust, the Hip Hop Chef DR. I'm here for you.
Well, we appreciate you for being here. TikTok, y'all just got some knowledge from an amazing young man from Harlem.
Let me give a couple shout outs. Let me give a small, not even a shout out, a true school salute. My brother Snob. You got Harlem Goodfellas 144. You got the whole Ferg legacy. You got the Gorilla Wolf, my partner. You got the Flamboyant Family for Life, Wide Open Entertainment, you know what I mean? Just the cosign. Something I stand on that means dearly to me. The Harlem Takeover, the Bronx Takeover, Queens Takeover. My brother 106, Smoke. It's just so many people that touch me that I'm really connected to that got my back for real. And when I go places, I try to land with them and put them in spaces that normally on an interview you speak upon yourself. So when Chef land, I'm gonna bring everybody with me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be in the room, but I'm gonna salute you. If I fuck with you. That's
a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't do that.
Nah, it's unheard
of.
If you go on my Instagram, you see everybody's clothing line. I get blessed by everybody. You don't want no money from me. Chef just put this on. I get it, but I also purchase from you. So if you gave me something, I'm gonna get it back from you. But I'm gonna wear everybody's. I don't need to.
I wear everybody's too, guys. You see, I'm sponsored tonight by a #1 draft pick. So if y'all have clothing lines, he got Big L on his shirt.
Harlem Takeover.
You know what I'm saying? Harlem Takeover. I need the Queens Takeover one, of course. I rep Queens all day, every day.
Right.
But like I said, if y'all want to sponsor me on the podcast for the magazine, y'all holler at me with y'all clothing lines. If y'all want to be on my podcast, holler at me. We go Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. only on S.STREET Media. This is my welcome back show, and I had to bring it back with Hip Hop Chef DR. Yeah. It's a pleasure having you here. I cannot wait to build with you in the near future.
Absolutely.
And before you go, say your name and say, it's Code 31.
It's a celebrity Hip Hop Chef DR. Salute. It's Code 31.
You already know. Let's get it, y'all. I will see y'all next Wednesday. We have Dr. Naima coming in. She's a specialist in autism. And I'm just trying to bring you different guests, different artists, on my platform that nobody's bringing to you. Just something special. It's Coach D and it's Code 31. It's good to be back with Math and S.STREET Media, and we got big things coming. It's Coach D and it's Code 31. Y'all have a blessed night.
Make a Billy.